Donald Trump is now a convicted criminal. Yes, the former president of the United States has been officially found guilty of all 34 counts of falsifying business records in order to cover up a hush money payment made to an adult film actress ahead of the 2016 presidential election. This actually marks the first time a former president has been convicted of a crime. So Trump is now a criminal. Jurors actually spent about 11 hours deliberating and had a few specific questions to make sure that they got all the facts. One was related to the testimony of former National Enquirer AMI chief David Pecker, and another was just a rereading of jury instructions to make sure that they have all the instructions right. So look, they took their time, they got their instruction, they went over all the details, and were convinced by all the evidence that the prosecution brought to bear. Now, the defense, their main defense was not a crime and Michael Cohen liar. Okay, well, not a convincing case, all right? So you can't say that the jury did not do their due diligence. It was a pretty clear case, nothing really complicated about it. He covered up an embarrassing affair, alleged affair, in order to help his political career. And that cover-up happened to be election interference. It's not the affair that he was in trouble for. Nobody cares about that. The crime was the cover-up. Okay, under New York law, you can't do a crime in order to, cover up another crime. Okay, if you're cooking the books, which is a misdemeanor at most, right? Normally, if you do that in order to cover up another crime, then that's a crime. Simple as that. Okay. Now, the obvious question, of course, is what's going to happen to Donald Trump? Okay. And by the way, that other crime was election interference. Okay. So what is going to happen? Trump faces a maximum sentence of 1.3 years to 4 years in prison. He could serve a shorter sentence or not go to prison at all. I mean, that is a possibility since, he is a former president and he's got no criminal record. And so, yeah, he might not go to prison at all. We won't know until there is sentencing. That happens on July 11th, which, by the way, it kind of shows you the way that it's going to go. The fact that there's no bail at all. So he's just allowed to go free until sentencing. So, that tells you one thing about it. Now, that said, upon leaving the courtroom, he was absolutely enraged. He said to reporters outside, "This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. The real verdict is going to happen be on November 5th by the people, and they know what happened here." Yeah, they do. That Donald Trump became a convicted criminal. That's what happened here. But that said, look, is that going to affect anybody's votes? It's hard to tell, really. Remains to be seen. Not only that, but there's nothing in the Constitution that would actually prevent Donald Trump from still becoming president, serving as president, if he is duly elected. So, that said, what's going to happen, what we do know for now, at least, is that he can no longer serve on a jury or own a firearm, but he can still vote. So there's that. That said, still a pretty big deal. The first ever former president convicted of a crime. And now we can say that one of the candidates for president is a convicted criminal.